All right, so we just want to create some quick materials for our scene here. So the first thing we need to do that is a V-Ray physical camera. You can just import that into the scene and turn it off. And it's also good to switch back to perspective because it can kind of lock your view. We also want to make sure that our keyframes are just set back down to 0 because each time we kind of make a change to this tire flow simulation, it's going to have to calculate for each frame. So we want to reduce that impact as much as possible. From here, we can open up our material editor and right click materials, V-Ray material. We're going to drag out from diffuse map and create a bitmap. So I've got some preloaded materials here from a website called Free PBR. And yeah, you can come here and just get these really good textures. Just make sure you're downloading the BL version for 3ds Max. Yeah, so I'm just going to grab this image file and load it up. And then I'm going to select the tire flow object and assign. So when I do that, you can see that it's kind of changed the color, but we're not seeing our texture yet. So that's really easy to fix. We just go back into tire flow and we want to add a VDB modifier. So yeah, this process might take a little while just because we're loading in a kind of a high-res image. We need to change modify grid to UVW. And we zoom in, we can see that it's been applied. So that's great. And then the other thing we want to do is for our rebar, we just want to kind of create a rusty metal look. So I went onto that free PBR website and found a kind of a metal texture with rust on it. And we're just going to kind of create these ribbed effects on our scaffolding. So we'll turn off tire flow for now and open up the scaffolding. We again need a mesh for this, so I'm going to type in tire spline mesh. And let's give this a thickness of about 0.05. Yeah, something like that looks good. Back to our material editor and same process again. We'll just create a V-Ray material and bitmap. Okay, yeah, so I've got this rusting lined metal. And there's just a few things we need to do in order to get this mapping correctly. I'm going to assign the material, and you can kind of see that, yeah, it's just looking a bit funky right now. So let's just find a good spot to zoom in on. That should do. Under our bitmap in Material Editor, scroll down here, and we want to change this to planar from world XYZ. And yeah, it's starting to fix it up already. We're going to give a 45-degree angle on X and 90 degrees for Z. Yeah, that might not even, maybe we'll try 45. It's looking a bit better. And the color's a bit off, so I'm going to change this to sRGB primaries. And sRGB. Okay, that looks better. Cool. Okay. Oh, and we're just going to change this to ZX. Or maybe without it. Yeah, that one looks probably the best. And then we can turn back on our tire flow. And yeah, we're ready to go.